Hello, Jim Namaste here, and welcome to the Great Brain Training website. Let me jump right in and say that we, you and I, have a big challenge that has to be mentioned right now. The challenge for you is to take Great Brain Training seriously, for real. The challenge for me is to communicate why you ought to do so with this video and the writing and links on this page. The Great Brain Training mission is to support you to be in complete charge of your brain by creating the strongest possible physical, mental, and spiritual foundation that will help you achieve your full positive potential for your circumstances. The main method we're using to carry out this mission is practical mindfulness training supplemented by brain games and exercises. The problem for both of us is that there are many different perspectives, reasons, and obstacles to ignore Great Brain Training and not to take action or follow through, even if you agree 100% with our mission. Great Brain Training is more than education. It is fundamental learning, at the same time that it is the basis for all other learning. Alright, as somebody pointed out to me, it has to be specifically stated. No offense, but if I don't mention money, sex, and power, the people who need Great Brain Training the most will not be interested. Therefore, I added the slide you're now seeing. Yes, Great Brain Training will be able to get more of your wants satisfied. Absolutely. But once you and your brain are truly great, it may not be exactly the way you expect. That makes complete sense, doesn't it? When your brain functions at a maximum and you are in full charge, you will be able to achieve better health, wealth, and wisdom. How can it be otherwise? Just for emphasis, let me repeat. When your brain functions at a maximum and you are in full charge, you will be able to achieve better health, wealth, and wisdom. Everything on the list below will improve for you if you so want it. Deeper understanding, better, more powerful communications and relationships, meet higher quality people, be able to get higher paying work, and have more respect. The items on this list and more are part of what it means to move toward your full positive potential. To understand the challenges that we are confronting, start by separating out you from your brain, mind, and spirit. They're different, core aspects of who you are. Our program will dig deeply into these separate parts, and our analysis and synthesis will likely not be what you are expecting. Here is a quote-unquote fact to consider. For most people, their brains do not want them to do great brain training, especially when taking into account their circumstances. Why is that? Because brains want to do things immediately, quickly, and automatically, and also want to avoid things that are painful. Brains are designed to do that. They do not like pain, thinking, and waiting. Now here is the big part of the challenge then in our world today. The more complicated your circumstances and the more information there is to process, the harder brains will push to ignore all of that. Perhaps that's why there is research indicating that human beings are becoming more stupid. You can see the challenge with our mission, right? What brains are going to want to deal with achieving your full positive potential? It sounds general, complicated, and too far into the future. My challenge is to communicate with you what your full positive potential means and why it is important, relevant, and valuable, and then to encourage you to commit to action and take charge of your brain. What is full positive potential, and what about your brain? For now, I'm defining your full positive potential as the best life you can have for your circumstances, balancing your greatest happiness with the most meaning, in accordance with your genetics and personality. All forms of life are designed to reach toward their full positive potential within their circumstances. They do that automatically, except that human beings, because of their brains, can consciously choose to decide how to define their potential and also have the ability to change their circumstances. These abilities create great opportunities, but also cause enormous problems. The purpose of Great Brain Training, then, is to work through the many issues and factors that will help you create your best life from where you are right now moving forward. I think you will agree with me that this is not a simple challenge. However, the good news is that much of the knowledge and technology already exists that can help us meet this challenge, if we pull it together. To do that, I have applied the can-do, knowing and doing meme as summarized on the next slide. The image of a spiral is often used to represent progress, but it's a good idea to remember that it also can to mean moving downward or backsliding, which can happen very quickly. All learning involves progress that comes from the interaction between theory and practice. And as we learn, we come to know. It's important to understand how the interaction works and what is going on with our brains as that happens. The image you are seeing applies to all kinds of learning. In our context, you start with a purpose, which in this case is achieving your full positive potential. That purpose is supposedly tied with identified results. An example of that would be if you're traveling to the next city, but you end up in the previous city, or worse, no city. In that case, you have the wrong map or theory, or you didn't follow it, and your results somehow didn't connect to your knowledge. That interaction among your purpose, your actions, and the results you got is called feedback. A very important idea for all of life, and especially when we get into it for your brain. Getting results is not the same as receiving benefits or being rewarded. It's extremely important for the brain because if it's not getting rewarded, there's a good chance that it will sabotage and deceive you. There are mainly two things that you can do in that situation. Strive harder, which is very difficult to do, ongoing, or figure out other ways to be rewarded. So one of the things that we want to do with Great Brain Training is to create a very frequent reward system that's going to make you happy, because it's going to make your brain happy, and it's going to cut down on the conflicts. I strongly recommend that you adopt the following principles to take full charge of your brain. First and foremost, develop and improve practical mindfulness. Work to stop your brain's deceptions and denials. Stop destructive binary perceptions and thinking. Consider that nearly everything in the universe combines many shades and variations. Along with mindfulness, improve your communications inside yourself and with others. Communication is absolutely fundamental, and we will spend much time on it in our program. Continually clarify who you are and clarify what your full positive potential means to you. Train your brain to connect knowledge with action and create the habit of improving knowledge with practice. Start implementing these principles and you will be well on your way to be the best you can be. Before I summarize the integral 3D model, I want to caution you again not to give in to information overload and feel overwhelmed. As I stated, there are many perspectives, issues, and factors to cover when doing great brain training. There has to be some kind of model or map that helps us move through them. The integral 3D model is designed to do that. It has three general dimensions that are used to organize the great brain training material: pragmatic, physio-psychological, and integral. As you can see, each of these dimensions consists of three dimensions as well. The pragmatic dimension focuses on understanding action, communication, and mindfulness. The physio-psychological dimension covers body, mind, and spirit, and the integral dimension concentrates on the total you and your connections with the social and physical worlds. With this model, it is intended that great brain training can make you, us, and the world more whole. Yes, great brain training goes far beyond the brain games and exercises that you see advertised in so many places. Even so, we include such games and exercises as an important part of our program. Think of great brain training as a strategic system and the games and exercises as the tactical elements. Specific games and exercises can help you improve your brain's attention and focus, boost memory, and enhance thinking skills. In general, these methods are particularly useful for increasing your brain's speed and efficiency. In addition to available brain games and exercises, we have a partnering arrangement with mybraintrainer.com, or MBT. As part of our membership benefits, you will receive free access to the games and exercises on their site. This is especially valuable because mybraintrainer.com is the oldest established brain training site on the internet and has perhaps the best database to help you evaluate and compare your brain's progress, which is very important. There is no other program anywhere that does what we're doing with GreatBrainTraining.com. It is not just the website itself, including the membership programs, but more so the linkages, resources, and research results that we're constantly adding. Our emphasis on social support and communication is especially innovative and valuable. At this point, I'm quite certain that our Great Brain Training program offers deeper content, is more comprehensive, and can have far-reaching results for you and all of us, and I believe that you'll agree. I invite you to join us as a member, or otherwise, at a minimum, participate in our free public forum boards. Let's look forward to working together.